I'm just on my way to Lake Glenbawn for a raid. I think we've got 4 or 5 boats coming. Glenbawn's near Scone, inland. I think I'm within 2 or 3 kilometres of it. Left this morning about 5 o'clock. We've had rain on. It's been raining on and off all the way here, but I think it's beginning to clear up. It's a bit of a bumpy road, sorry. But yeah. Anyway, should be good.
Just sit back and relax, don't worry. The work can wait. No need to hurry.
So we've made it. We're at the Scone Fishing Club boat ramp, because apparently this is a better boat ramp. There's been a few showers go through. It's pretty gusty. They said here yesterday it was up to 20 knots. It's meant to be 5. So, not quite sure what's going to happen. I think we're going to attempt to go over the other side, because it's meant to pick up again later this afternoon. But at least the sun's come out. So, we'll hit the water in a minute and see how we go. Did you have a good trip down, Len?
Yeah, 5 hours.
Oh, because you're Wollongong, aren't you?
We're down in Woonona at Wollongong, yeah.
Yeah, God, that's a big drive.
Yeah. It was a good drive. Yeah, the traffic flowed real good. So.
Yeah. Caribou 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah. New Zealand design. Very nice. Have you ever sailed inland before, Steve?
Only once, Paul, at Lake Wyangula.
Where's that?
Near Cowra, western, a bit western New South Wales.
Yeah.
And the winds seemed to come up early in the morning and blow pretty fresh for a while, and then ease off around lunchtime, early afternoon. So it's sort of the opposite of being on the coast.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it does here, because it was quite strong when I got here.
Yeah.
One of the many Bay Raiders 17 fleet, and there's that elusive person in Sydney that hasn't joined us yet that's got a brand new Bay Raider. Here's our newest Raid Sydney member. Don't you lick my feet, whoever you are. Now, someone told me the other day, Trevor, that posh didn't actually stand for Port Out Starboard Home. That was a complete urban myth.
Well, that's what the guy that built it told me.
Yeah, I know. So Trevor's come all the way down from Port Macquarie. What was the drive down like?
Nice drive, a bit far. It was 5 hours, but good. Yeah, no traffic. I left early, 5 o'clock this morning, so there's no traffic.
See, this is what we like. Raid Sydney Raiders are very keen, 5 hours, blimey. Have you been out sailing before, Daniel?
Yeah, a couple of times with Dad.
Yeah.
Just kind of along for the ride for this one.
Yeah, just keeping him honest.
Yeah, basically. Try not to sink the boat on him.
There's Mark's trailer try.
3 of the guys came yesterday and spent the night here. Lake Glenbawn has a dam at one end, which was started in 1947 and finished in 1955. The lake acts as a reservoir for the many towns around here. Scone, Aberdeen, Muswellbrook, they all depend on the water, and it comes from the Hunter River that flows into it.
Well, we're on the water. The sun's coming out, which is warming up, which is nice. There's only about, in here there's hardly any wind at all, but just out there, suddenly you're into the open, and it's probably a good 10 knots out there. So we're just waiting for everybody to get out on the water. It's much nicer when the sun comes out. There's a lot of people camping here. It's obviously very popular. I don't know what it's like in summer. The dam's just over there. And Chris has just turned up with his Bay Raider. I've taken the main down. There's a few strong gusts here. Len's turned around. I think he's dropping his main. Steve's over there. He's dropped his jib. It's probably a good 10, 12 knots coming through, maybe even more. Good bit of water over the side, not too dramatic, but a little bit. Can't see Mark, he's gone up the lake giving John a lift. Of course, in a time round he'll be up and back in no time at all. A few strong gusts. Yeah, the wind out there is just too strong, so we've decided to come back in. It's very strong out there. I've only got the Genoa in the middle now and I was overpowered. So heading back, I'm not quite sure if we're going to stay, where we're going to stay out of the wind, because it is pretty strong. Did I say it was strong? It's pretty strong.
It turns out it was 14 knots, but gusting 29.
So the wind's going to pick up tonight, so we've decided all to pull out on the trailers and sleep the night on the trailers. Because it's not really a sandy beach there and the wind might swing around to a different direction. It's meant to be gusts of 20 knots or something. So we've all pulled out, which is a bit different. Chrissy, you're loving the Bay Raider.
It's great. It's really great. I'm very happy with it. It's sailing beautifully. It's
So-
very, very reliable.
You've got a very sexy, deep, gravelly voice
Yes,
there. What's going on?
I've had the flu for the last week and managed just to get out this morning, to get out of bed, to come up here and spend the afternoon in the sun looking at the lake.
Well, we did go out there, but it was a bit too windy.
I could see that from up here. I had a great vantage point to see why I'm getting knocked about. So
Yeah,
I'll have another quiet night and I'll be all ready for it in the morning.
yeah, because I think it's going to be just as windy tomorrow, which is not really that good,
Oh,
but you know.
Better than sitting at home watching YouTubes.
Yeah.
Cut.
This is the men's shed a la Lake Glenbawn. Steve, is this land sailing?
This is land sailing at its best, Paul.
Okay, land sailing at its best.
When it's too windy on the water, you can come on land and you sail.
It is a top view.
Pretend to. Said, I'm glad to see your boat's like mine, just a mess. And it is, you just
Oh.
everything's everywhere.
Tell me how it works.
They wanted us to make a walking trail up to there.
So this looks a very fancy rooftop camper.
Near brand new. This is the second time I've used it.
Yeah.
We're taking a road trip down to Melbourne shortly, and then we're going to come back by the south coast and a slight diversion to Darwin on the plane.
Right.
Plane from Melbourne to Darwin,
Yeah.
back to Melbourne, and then come around through the south coast through Eden and check out some potential dinghy cruising spots on the way.
Well, and you're towing Posh as well. Impressive.
So this, I thought we could mount this on Posh on the back, and that'd be like a solution for all needs.
Yeah.
Put on the roof even maybe.
Well, you could have a pontoon and just tow it, but it might get a bit windy. Yeah.
Life raft.
So this is the inside cabin of the Pathfinder.
Right over to get If it sort of like it floods, basically, like if you pull the choke and it dies,
Yeah.
or if you give it heaps and it dies,
That's what it's doing.
it's a needle on the seat. It's not sitting down.
Well, it's just got a service. Just hold on. What's wrong with it?
Yeah, but they don't know what they're doing.
It's a Yamaha.
The other thing I found with backing with the trailer, any trailer, you can inject air into your own.
It's shocking.
The Americans seem to be really trying to have a little directness or whatever they flick on the forms that I'm in.
Well, I'm back in the boat and I'm going to make some dinner. I'm going to have a vegetarian curry I made the other night that's been vacuum sealed, and I might have a bit of rice with it. We're on the boats, on the trailers, opposite the lake, and the wind is still blowing. It's pretty strong. And I have to say, the curry, which actually turns out to be mushroom bolognese with lemon Thai rice, is not too bad at all. So it's been a very interesting day. I didn't think it was going to be this windy here, but it's really windy. There's a big fetch on the water. There are hills around, so you think it would be protected, but it hasn't been really. Tomorrow it's meant to be just as windy. Hopefully it won't be, because we've come quite a long way to get here. Maybe come back in summer. But anyway, it's been a good day, an interesting day. I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. It's now probably 7 o'clock at night. I'm pretty tired. We've been sitting around the fire. I'll go back to the fire in a minute, and then we'll call it a night. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It rained a bit on and off during the night. The wind died down, now it's come back again. And we think it's about 14 knots out there. It still looks pretty strong. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Got the coffee on. And it's a shame because we've come all this way. And it's a good turnout as well. Steve and Chris and their Bay Raiders are going out for a bit of a sail. It is raining. It might get a bit heavier later on. But they're going for a sail for an hour or two, and then they're going to come in and head off as well. So I don't think I want to go out there in the rain, particularly.
Mark's packed up his trailer try. He's got to head back today because he's got work tomorrow.
This is crazy. We were all sitting around going, oh, it's probably going to be too strong, and now it's just dropped to nothing. Very weird. So Mark's pulling in his rather large dinghy. Yeah, I got that, yeah. So I think we're going to call it quits. The general consensus is we're going to pull the plug and go home. I did get a, half-hour sailing yesterday, I suppose. Anyway, that's life. But Lake Glenbawn's really nice. So probably come back here in the summer. So thank you for watching Sailing Cape Louise, and I'll see you on the water somewhere next time.